There is wedding tea. There's a lot, but I don't know if I can say it.
No, we're not messy.
No,
Not
you
talking-
not.
No, we're not talking about
You're
it.
not messy. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a Q&A for you guys for my Instagram. So I have here my husband Vic.
What up?
This is actually the second time we're filming this because the first time we filmed it, he was talking mad quiet. I was low-key yelling and I didn't like the way I looked in that video. So we're filming it again. But without further ado, let's get into the video. I guess we'll start with the most common question that we get.
All right.
When are the babies coming / do y'all want kids?
We don't have a exact timetable. We're kind of just like, if it happens, it happens, but we're not like planning for it right now.
Yeah, for sure not planning. I'm pretty sure I could never plan for a child. It would have to be like an accident that we turn into
A family.
a family. But I don't know. Either in the next like 5 years, because I'm 29, I'm turning 30 this year, and he's 28, turning 29 this year, or never.
And we just moved into this place, so it's like we want to get settled in first before we even think about like having kids or anything like that too.
Yeah, I'm too selfish to have kids right now. I know I'm selfish right
That
now.
sounds bad.
Yeah, but I know I'm like living a selfish life right now. So it's better to just wait till you're over that than to
Yeah.
be a selfish parent, because there's a lot of selfish parents.
True.
So yeah, don't know if we want kids or not. If so, it won't be now. Vanessa asks, what's y'all's biggest pet peeve about each other? I'll let you go first.
You messy?
I knew you were gonna say that. I'm messy, but I'm not dirty. There's a difference.
True. Like, you'll let the mess build up, and then at a certain point you'll be like, all right, we have to clean this up. It's starting to bother me. But I'm OCD, so like if I see something out of place, it already starts bothering me.
Yeah, he cleans like all the time, which is great for me because I don't. But I'm better in the new house though.
Yeah, you are.
Because I like it to look nice and keep it nice because it's nice and new and all that, but...
True.
Oh, my pet peeve. My biggest pet peeve is that he does everything in the dark, and I don't understand why.
I like natural light.
It's not natural light.
It is natural light.
If there's no light.
It's not like I'm in there like pitch black. Like, no. It's
Yes,
never
you
that
do.
bad. It's not that bad.
You have showered in the dark.
It's not that bad.
You've brushed your teeth in the absolute dark. Allie asks, what's each of your love languages? That's like the words of affirmation. What was the other one? Acts of service, gift giving, whatever. I'll have them on the screen. I don't know what they all are. Yeah, mine's literally all of them. There's a quiz online that you can take. I'll find it and link it below. But it like puts it in numbers of your highest scoring one and like lowest or whatever. Mine are like pretty much even the whole way. So my love language is all of them. I need all the love, all the attention, all the everything.
Mine was acts of service.
Yeah, which really sucks because I don't do anything. But okay, I just thought of this. The quiz though is what you want.
Yeah.
But there's also like what you do.
Oh, that's true.
So I'm thinking like, okay, so for instance, I love affection, like physical touch and words of affirmation a lot, but I also am that way outward.
Yeah, that's
I guess
true.
that is your language though. You speak it and do it.
Yeah.
Now I feel dumb.
It's all intertwined.
It's all intertwined. But the one thing I don't do ever is like acts of service.
You've been doing more lately though. And then after she does it, she'll just say it out loud. She'll like make the bed and look at me like, acts of service.
Who is better with finances?
I think we're both good and bad at the same time.
Yeah.
I think we're both bad in the sense that we don't necessarily have a budget per se,
Yeah.
like per month.
We
We could definitely do a better job of budgeting, but I would say we're like pretty good in the sense that we don't just spend money all the time either. We'll have our moments where we'll buy like a pair of shoes we like for like $100 or something, but we won't go off and like buy a $2,000 pair of shoes or like a purse or something.
Yeah.
We're not that type of spender, so
We're bougie-ish.
in our...
I would say on the scale of everyone on earth, we're like in the middle when it comes to bougie, but on the bougie scale, we're low.
Yeah.
We're not that bougie. Like, we like the things we like and we'll buy what we want.
I mean, we get like regular stuff, like Nike stuff.
Yeah.
It's nothing crazy.
But we don't buy like designer stuff or anything like that. I'm not into all that. I don't really care.
Yeah.
It's tough to say who's worse with finances though, because I have the urge to buy stuff more often than he does, But when he does buy stuff, since he's a guy, everything guys like is just more expensive.
Yeah, I would say I'm worse.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna combine these two, and it's a couple of things we've addressed before, but we'll do it quickly. Allie asked how you've managed long distance relationship in the past, and the biggest thing we learned about living together for the first time. Long story short, in our long distance relationship, it was pretty simple. We had like our schedules down pretty good. Like he did the same thing every day with baseball. Like he's at the field the same time every day and comes home, all that. And then I was working full time at the time, so like I had a pretty tight schedule too.
Yeah.
Our texting and phone calls and FaceTimes and stuff were pretty like regular.
But they were also like spaced out enough to where when it was time to talk, we had things to talk about.
Yeah.
And we actually like wanted to talk, like we missed each other wanted to talk to each other.
Yeah.
Because like if you text throughout the whole day, you run out of things to talk about. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, you might want to stop texting that person.
Yeah.
You know, because I ain't talking about nothing.
Yeah, I think it's important when you're in a long distance relationship, one, to both still continue to live your life, not in like a bad way, not in like an off and do your own thing way, but like, you know, you still have your own separate lives because you are long distance. You don't want to just be like attached to your phone all the time. You're talking nonstop to the point where you stop like living your life.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you do both need to be committed if you're gonna be long distance. Because I think what happens wrong in most people's is you're in a long distance relationship, but both parties aren't 100% committed in the relationship. So either one person or both people are off doing their own shady things with other people, but still claiming the relationship. So then it gets messy and like then there's arguments and there's like, you know, how social media goes with like,
yeah,
I saw him do this, and whatever it may be. We didn't really have to deal with that because social media 5-6 years ago wasn't what it is now.
True.
But
and we both, like, even though we met over social media, we both weren't that active on social media.
Yeah.
At the time.
At the time.
So.
But I would say, yeah, as long as both people are committed and you communicate and like have a good balance of your relationship and life, just like any normal relationship, whether it's long distance or not, then it should go smooth.
Yeah.
And then I always say this, biggest thing in a long distance relationship is you should both be trying to not be in a long distance relationship anymore. The long distance part of it should be temporary. That might just be how you met, or like if someone got a job somewhere and you have to be long distance for like a second. Mm-hmm. The goal is to not be. So if both of you are putting that part off, or one of you is like, I'm never gonna move, then y'all are just in a relationship for no reason.
Yeah.
You have to have an end goal
Yeah.
of not being long distance.
Yeah.
But the second part was the biggest thing we learned about living together for the first time. I think he just learned that I'm messy slightly.
You messy.
I don't know I didn't really learn much moving in with him because everything that I like assumed he'd be like or expected or hoped for or whatever, he was.
You learned that I like to do stuff in the dark.
Yeah. I did learn that. I think it was pretty chill because I think the things girls hope that doesn't happen when you move in with someone is one, that they're like disgusting pigs. And then the other thing is like, some guys are just like bros all the time.
Yeah.
And you think you're just gonna move into like a frat house, you know?
Yeah.
But moving in with you, it was like, you cook, you clean, you do laundry.
You
don't leave the toilet seat up.
Me and Mondo welcomed you into a very, very nice living environment. But.
Okay, that's a good thing that I don't think a lot of people know. When we first lived together, I was living in Dallas, he was living in Tampa. I moved to Tampa, and when I moved to Tampa in with him, I didn't just move in with him. Our other friend, Mondo, we call him Mondo, or Sean Mori Mondo, he's a fellow baseball player.
Or Money Man.
Or Money Man. Or Shmoney. He's
or
like
$100,000. He got like 6 different nicknames.
I freaking love him. He's younger than both of us, so he's like my baby.
Yeah, he's like my brother. It's a different type of closeness. Like, you got your boys, but then like when you live with one of your boys, it's on like a different level.
And not even lived for like a season, like for years.
6 years, 6 off seasons.
So when I moved to Tampa, Mondo was already living with him. So I moved into living with 2 guys. Honestly, at the time, I wasn't even like, oh shit, I'm about to move in with 2 guys. It didn't even faze me. I just moved in and it was like perfectly fine.
Yeah. Well, at that point, you knew us enough. Like, you came and visited quite a bit. Like, you and Mondo were like cool.
Yeah, and it was like such a chill living arrangement because they both play baseball. So like we all three lived together during the off season, and then they would both leave for baseball, and I would live there by myself. So it was never weird. And like low key, me and Mondo get along so well because he'll watch reality TV shows with me, and Vic won't because Mondo likes to look at the girls in the shows. But we have a great time. But yeah. That was a lot. We went off on a tangent, but I didn't learn too much moving in with you because you're pretty chill.
I know.
Okay, this one says, I know you guys met on IG, but how did you feel prior? Were you looking for a relationship? I'll let you go first.
No, I wasn't at all. I was just chilling. She wasn't either.
Yeah, no, I wasn't either.
Nah. It just kind of happened organically.
Yeah. Like, you had been single for how long?
Probably like a year.
Really? Me too.
Yeah.
But my relationship prior was a bad one. So I was like rejecting relationships. Like I was living my single, treat yourself, like date myself kind of life when he came into the picture. And then your relationship though wasn't toxic.
No, it wasn't toxic because it was like long distance, and I was like, I was younger at the time, and I really just didn't want that. Yeah. So we kind of just both went our separate ways.
But yeah, it just happened like organically on accident, and it just flowed so well. Yeah. I think also because we didn't just jump in and say like we're in a relationship. We literally talked long distance, talked on the phone with no title, no like whatever for 8 months. Forever. And then once it became like official, we were still long distance for a year and a half after that. So it went slow and we were chilling. So we didn't just like rush in. It was like real gradual. Okay, Sasha asked, what are your nicknames for each other?
Boopy.
Yeah. Our number one is Boopy. It came from his mom. His mom calls him Boops sometimes. And then I guess because she called you Boops, I would call you Boops. And then it turned into Boopy. And then it was Poopy. Yeah. And then it was other poop related words. And then it went back to Boopy. Yeah. Now it's mostly Boopy now. Yeah. Like, we'll say babe. He says babe more than I do. I say babe. No, you don't. That's gross. I hate the word babe. I say babe. He says babe. We'll say honey, but not like a lot. If we do, it's in like a annoying way on purpose. Yeah. I don't feel. I feel weird saying that. I don't know. It's a very old person term. Yeah. But yeah, Boopy is the number one. Sometimes. Am I talking loud enough? I think so. All right. I ain't doing this again. Whatever. Oh, my butt's starting to hurt. Okay, it says, who has the worst temper? Definitely me. Yeah, you. Next question. It's not even want to even go on. Whatever. Okay, several people asked, like, how did you know each other was the one? Or, like, how did you choose the one? I think, they say, when you know, you just know. I don't think it's, like, a certain point in time. I think it's just, like, the consistency over time. It just builds up, and then you just kind of, like, know. Yeah. You know? Yeah. You just know. It's the same way that over time, you don't know. Like the opposite. Like over time in a relationship, you know that relationship's not for you. Yeah. It's the same thing, but the other way. Over time, gradually things start to happen and you're either like, oh no. Mm-hmm. Or you're like, this is it. Yeah. Oh, you know how I knew you was the one? What? When you was about to come out to see me and you bought your own plane ticket. I did that on purpose. Alright, but that was one thing though. But then after that you did more things. Yeah. And then I was like, oh yeah, she the one. Okay, listen. This is about to be how to trap an athlete 101. Also, side note, I always said I was never, ever, ever, ever gonna date an athlete. Like, I don't care, no. But then he came out of nowhere. Baseball players are different than your typical basketball and football player. Baseball players are pretty chill. They're all married. Chill out. Don't be messing on my fellow athletes like that, all right? There's good dudes out there. I don't have to say it for y'all to know. There's good dudes out there everywhere. I don't have to say it for y'all to know. I got y'all, man. This is what I did. These are the key things I did in the beginning of the relationship. 1, buy your own stuff. Because athletes are always afraid that gold diggers and girls that are just after money are coming after them or whatever. So what you do is in the first year or 2, buy your own stuff. I didn't expect anything from him whatsoever, so he knew that I wasn't that type of girl.
Time out. Don't, but you still...
Babe, I planned this.
But you still pay for stuff now, so it's not like that's not you.
It's not me. Like, I don't like to ask for things.
Yeah, you have your own
very
money.
often.
You had your own money.
I will always be prideful on the fact that I have always had and will always have my own money. But still, if you don't buy your own way until he like, what's the word?
If you don't, stay single.
Buy your own way until they've like, you know, approved of you or whatever. The second thing is I did not show an ounce of crazy until he told me he loved me, which was a long time. I acted completely cool and sane in the beginning. He would go to the strip club with his baseball friends. He would have his female friends, which he still has, but like some of the ones that needed to go. I was cool with it. Like, oh yeah, hang out with whoever, like go to the strip club, have a good time, live your best life. I don't care. And then as soon as he was like in love with me and it was like official, then I was like, okay, we're not going to the strip club no more. We're not doing So like you gotta hide the crazy until it's safe, is what I'm trying to say. And that, my friends, is how you trap an athlete. We'll go through these next ones quick. Has the intimacy changed between us since we got married?
No, it's about the same.
It's about the same. I would say nothing changes when you get married.
Or hopefully it doesn't. It shouldn't.
Yeah, it shouldn't. Because if you've been in a long relationship and you've already lived together, nothing should change.
Yeah.
I think that old saying of like getting married changes everything, or the first year of marriage is the hardest year, I think that's old, because back in the day, people didn't live together before they got married. So when they got married, everything changed. That's when they figured out someone was messy, or they figured out someone's irresponsible or bad with money or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And all of that happens in the first year.
I feel that.
But nowadays, nothing changes. I've had so many people ask me like, how's married life? I'm like, it's the same. It's the same as before. Someone asked when we're getting a cat, hopefully soon.
After the season.
Yeah.
If we have a season.
For real. Oh, do we have any tips for wedding planning to save the coins?
Want me to go?
Yeah.
I would say have a wedding that corresponds with your financial situation. It's not worth to like go all out on a wedding and then be in debt after it for like one day. For us, we had a small one because we wanted to put a down payment on a house, and if we had a big wedding, then we wouldn't have been able to be in this home right now. So, and it was just as nice. Like everybody that came out, that was close to us came out. Like we had a fun time, and I mean, it's definitely a night we'll remember. So, if you can't afford a big wedding and your pockets don't hurt, then go for it.
Yeah.
But if you can't, it's not worth it.
I would say same. I don't think a big wedding is necessary, and you could always have something bigger like later in life if you want to.
Yeah.
But I know several people who have put themselves in horrible debt just for the wedding, which I think is financially irresponsible. And a lot of times it's a lot to do with the family pressuring you to have a big wedding because they want you to have a big wedding for some reason.
I was just about to say, that's not even your choice.
And if your family wants you to have a big wedding and invite all your great uncles that literally haven't seen you since you were 3, then they need to pay for all those people to eat, and they need to help pay for the venue, and they need to pay for stuff if they're gonna have demands about your wedding. So yeah, overall I would say tips. You don't need a lot to have a nice ceremony and the loved ones there and to create the memories and to have good pictures from it and everything. You can do all of that in an affordable way.
Yeah.
And then don't let anyone control y'all's decision of how you want your wedding to go.
Yeah, if you're gonna spend money, spend money on a good photographer.
Yeah.
Because the pictures are the thing that's gonna last
photographer
forever.
And food.
Yeah,
Everything
photographer
else,
and food. Everything else is like
DJ, get a phone. What do you mean? Shuffle?
And you can find nice small venues.
Yeah,
Just
like
keep it small.
Yeah, it's not worth not being able to buy stuff after, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wedding drama, yeah, there was some, but we won't go there. You can get it while I look at the questions.
I think that was all of them.
Man, y'all really want the wedding tea. There is wedding tea. There's a lot, but I don't know if I can say it.
No, we're not messy.
No, you're not.
No, we're not talking about
You're not messy. Okay, but that's pretty much it for this video. If we didn't answer your questions, I'm sorry. But if you have any others, just comment them down below and I will happily answer them. And also comment any other videos you want us to do. Oh, someone messaged me the other day saying they wanted us to do cooking videos.
Then I'm gonna be the only one in the video.
I can be your sous chef.
All right,
Listen,
they want a cooking video, we'll make one.
Okay, so maybe we'll do a cooking video next, but that is it for this video. Again, please don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up and follow us on social media. He is going viral on my TikTok, so follow me on TikTok. And yeah, we will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Peace.
Kinda new with apologies. Holding back, I got history.